quite frankly, the only way to describe this weather is shit. Excuse my French. It is really taking all my mental fortitude not to have a nervous breakdown. We are having the worst wet winter in history. It is an absolute nightmare. I don't know how much rain we've had overnight, but it's still coming down. This is the drive. And as you know, I have got the sheep this side, and I've been building up this side because this side of my barn is concrete, this side is not. So I've been building it up to basically allow the sheep to be on dry ground. But the water table has got that high now that it's running in. It's running into the barn. How do you keep everything dry? We've got the pigs at the back of the barn where it should be the driest. This is Hyacinth. She's still not pigged. I think I got the days wrong. I think she's due to pig this coming week. Hello. Now, she doesn't really mind the wet too much, but even in her pen, she's got a nice little bed of straw at the back. And I should say I haven't cleaned this out today, so this is as I was when I woke up this morning. But look, it's just wet. Because it's running in from the side. What do you do? I can't stop the rain. You know, I was talking to some friends. In an ideal world, when I have the money, I will concrete this side and I'll put a huge drainage culvert underneath the concrete. Because the main issue is my farm's actually on a hill, which is great. So those people down the hill, I literally do not know how they're coping at all. But the barn was not built on the top of the hill. The barn is built halfway down the hill, so all the water drains in and through the barn. And as you can see here, it's actually running down literally towards the barns. And this is the other thing, our climate is so volatile now. You know, people might say, yeah, put down the concrete pad and put the culvert in. Well, that is thousands and thousands of pounds. It's not cheap. I'd probably be looking at 10 to 15 grand to have that done. And yes, if I had loads of money, then I would do it. But as I say, the climate is so volatile, it would be sod's law. I would do that, and then it would never rain this bad again. So all I can do at the moment is just get up every day, get out the caravan, and by the way, this is the entrance to my household. So as soon as I step out, this is what I'm dealing with. And just crack on and try not to think about it and try and concentrate on the fact that it's not going to rain all year. And actually, even if it did, the trees will come to life and then they will suck up some of that moisture. There are better times ahead, but dealing with it in the moment is pretty horrendous. Another one of the reasons that it's so bad this year, oh my god, this ditch. Look at it. Is that, as I said, I've got 37 acres and I'm actually on the top of a hill. So you would think, well, if the barn's getting flooded, throw the animals outside, throw them onto the pasture. This is my pasture. And that is my pasture all over. It's absolutely sodden. So the sheep only need to walk across a patch of grass once and they just poach it. So I could throw the sheep outside, and I have actually been doing that. And I've been bringing them in the night time to keep an eye on them, but I've been putting them out at the day. I've just kept them in today because it's so wet. But they are ruining the grass. And I don't want to set that grass back for when spring actually begins, because I want to be able to bring lambs out onto nice grass rather than grass that is just still a swamp because it hasn't dried out yet. I mean, look, this is my top field. This is the field at the top of my farm. It's the highest point. Everywhere from here goes down. Wowzers, this has never been wet. These are the pheasant pens you might remember I refreshed the other day. Never had standing water in them. Oh God. Oh my God, oh my gosh. What on earth is going on? It's just, look at it. I dread to even look at the ditch down here. Wow. Oh my God. This is a telegraph pole that should be in the ditch. The water, the amount of water has lifted it up. That's my camping field. You have the right idea, don't you? Don't blame you. Honestly, guys, look. It's just running in. I actually just want to cry. Because how can you... Whew. You try to give your animals the best. And I mean, I'm probably more stressed than she is, because look, she's just weed in her fresh straw, so she can't be too worried. But you want to do good by your animals and by your farm, and you want to make it work. And this winter, just everything is against us. It's really hard. I'm back. I had to go and have a minute. You know, I knew farming was hard, and I didn't come into this naively. I worked for a farm before, but I did not realise... Demi, are you eating the camera? I did not realise quite the mental fortitude and stamina it would take to keep going. And I guess part of the issue at the moment is it's winter, it's short days, but also I've got pregnant animals. I'm expecting newborns any day, so to have this weather when newborns are imminent, you know, a newborn, if it's cold, you can give them a nice big bed of straw, you can give them hay and give the heat lamp if you need, but wet, damp just percolates everything. And I think sometimes we look at social media and YouTube and we see this really rosy, positive aspect of farming. And don't get me wrong, we have those days. There are days when there are lambs and long sunny days and barbecues and butterflies and just all the good stuff. New seedlings coming up. Even now I'm sitting in with my sheep. It's a lovely thing to be able to do, and it gives me joy. But that is only one side. The other side is the grind. Every single day. Would I have liked today to have woken up in a townhouse, looked out the window and seen the rain, put my dressing gown on, gone downstairs, sat in the kitchen all day, not left the house at all, watched films? Yes, I would have adored that. But instead I have to come out in the pouring rain, I have to face the realities of mud everywhere, a barn that's flooding, and deal with it. And I don't really want to deal with it today. I haven't really wanted to deal with it for several weeks. But would I want to live in that townhouse permanently? No. This is where I want to be. Even though the sheep are pushing over the camera. Look, there is so much room in here. Go away. Let me put the camera down. The other thing, of course, is I am just beyond grateful to be living on site. Is living on site at the moment a nightmare? Yes. Living in a caravan, surrounded in mud. I'm basically in a moat of mud with 3 dogs going in and out, covered in mud. No break from the weather. No respite. Is a drain on the soul. But it is a million, zillion times better than being off-site and having to drive here and deal with this every day and then drive home again. And I think, I mean, this conversation is for another time entirely, but I think this is where, you know, when planners come back to you and they say, we need a functional need for you to be on site, they don't consider the physical and mental drain of not being on site. But that's something for another time. But I am I'm so ready for it to be spring. This day is miserable enough, but I know there's another with forecast rain for the next week. It just won't stop raining. Why are you eating the camera? Stop it, you two. It's not cute, and it's not funny. Yeah, I know it is, and you are cute, and you are funny. But yeah, UK farming right now. I don't want to moan, but also I want to be real about the state of the weather and the impact upon you. So please, everybody, cross your fingers for some dry weather and for some healthy babies. And I'll see you in the next one and try and be a bit more perky.